What if the very thing you're searching for has been right there in front of you all along? What if the peace, purpose, and unshakable foundation you desperately need isn't hidden in some distant place, but woven into the sacred words that have guided humanity for thousands of years? The Father above has orchestrated this divine appointment for you today, beloved soul. You are not here by mere chance or random clicking, but because the Almighty has specifically called you to receive His eternal truths in this very moment. These are sacred revelations that God desires to plant deeply within your heart. So listen with your spirit wide open and let every word penetrate your being. Watch this message from beginning to end, for the Lord has layered profound meanings throughout that will unfold as you give Him your complete attention. So many of us wander through life feeling spiritually homeless, desperately searching for something solid to anchor our souls. We chase after temporary fixes, quick solutions, and worldly wisdom, yet still find ourselves empty, anxious, and questioning our purpose. Deep down, we know there's supposed to be more, something deeper, something eternal that gives meaning to our existence. This spiritual restlessness isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Without a firm foundation, we become vulnerable to every storm that life throws our way. We get tossed around by circumstances, influenced by the ever-changing opinions of others, and trapped in cycles of doubt and fear. Our relationships suffer because we don't know how to love properly. Our decisions lack wisdom because we're disconnected from the source of all truth. And perhaps most tragic of all, we live beneath our divine calling, never fully stepping into who God created us to be. But here's the beautiful truth that changes everything. God has already provided everything we need for a life of purpose, peace, and power. In these ancient passages lies a roadmap that transforms ordinary existence into extraordinary living. First, we discover in Deuteronomy the foundation of all spiritual wisdom. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. This isn't just a nice religious saying. It's the key to unlocking everything. When we place God at the absolute center of our lives, not as an afterthought, but as our primary relationship, something supernatural happens. Our scattered hearts find focus, our anxious souls find rest, and our weary strength finds its source. But notice how practical God makes this. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. This isn't about religious duty. It's about creating a lifestyle where God's wisdom becomes as natural as breathing. When His truth saturates our thoughts, our words, and our daily rhythms, we begin to think like He thinks and see like He sees. Then, in Psalm 116, we see what happens when this relationship becomes real and personal. I love the Lord, for He heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy. Here's someone who discovered that God isn't distant or disinterested, but intimately involved in every detail of our lives. When we're overwhelmed by life's pressures, when the cords of death entangled me and the anguish of the grave came over me, we have a God who not only hears, but responds with power. The Lord protects the unwary. When I was brought low, He saved me. This is the heart of our Heavenly Father, always watching, always ready to intervene, always working for our good, even when we can't see it. And the response? Not just relief, but overflowing gratitude. What shall I return to the Lord for all His goodness to me? I will lift up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. Finally, in John 14, Jesus reveals the ultimate truth that ties everything together. When Philip asks, "Lord, show us the Father," Jesus responds with words that should stop us in our tracks. "Don't you know me, Philip, even after I've been among you such a long time? Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father." The God we're searching for isn't hiding. He's revealed Himself completely in Jesus Christ. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. This isn't about limiting access to God. It's about providing the only bridge that can span the gap between our brokenness and His perfection. And the promise that follows changes everything. Very truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I've been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father. But perhaps the most beautiful promise comes at the end. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. This is the peace that passes understanding, the unshakable foundation that remains steady no matter what storms rage around us. It's not the temporary peace that depends on perfect circumstances, but the supernatural peace that flows from knowing we belong to the Creator of the universe. Precious child of the Most High, you have been handpicked by heaven itself to carry these sacred truths into a world desperate for hope. Your presence here is no accident, but evidence of God's calling upon your life to be His messenger of light in these dark times. The Father has entrusted you with this divine message because He sees in you a faithful vessel who will not keep these treasures to yourself, but will compassionately share them with other seeking souls who need to hear His voice. Please pour out your heart in the comments below, offering prayers and encouragement for your brothers and sisters on this sacred journey. Share this video with someone who needs to experience God's love today. For you are His chosen instrument to bring healing to the brokenhearted. Subscribe to Sacred Journey right now so you can receive each new revelation the Lord wants to pour out. And hit that notification bell to stay intimately connected to the divine messages He has specifically prepared for such a time as this.